Sorry about that, everyone. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. We are back, however, in the second quarter. It is 22-7 with 7.5 in the second quarter, and Saratoga at the line.
Yeah, Max Clark picked up the personal foul under the basket, and Fisher to the line. And he is now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Has a total of 2 points in the game. Dubois with a 22-7 lead as we go into the second 8 minutes of play.
Second one on the way up, and no good. Rebound will come down to the Rams. 7:30 left in the first half, 22-7. Ball in the hands of Cody Wright. Wright gets the ball taken away from him. The Bartletts, both of them, get involved in the play. Excuse me, ball comes the other way. Grant Bartlett with the ball. He rises, he shoots, good.
Well, that's the first basket by Grant Bartlett, and it's 22-9. 7 minutes to go here in the first half of play in this 1A championship game on the west side. Dubois and Saratoga.
Wells with the ball. He's got Grady Bartlett all over him. Hands off to Chamley, who gives to Clark. Clark back to Wells. Wells looks to drive. He gives it over to Chamley. Chamley is then called on an offensive foul as Grady Bartlett had position. Turnover in favor of the Panthers. Foul is on, let's see, that's on Chamley.
And that's his second.
That's his second.
And on the next, excuse me, Travis, on the next play, next foul, Saratoga will be at the line. Now the 7th team foul against Dubois, 4 against the Saratoga Panthers.
Ball in the hands of Grady Bartlett, who hands it over to Derek Herring, who is in the game. Now over to Fisher. Fisher looks down into Grady Bartlett. Shot up and no good. Rebound comes down to Clark. Clark gets a nice outlet pass to Wells. Here comes Wells. He's got 4 people around him. He's going to take the shot no matter what. Up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Panthers. Nice behind the back move by Grady Bartlett. He's thinking 3. Now he's going to hand it over to Biddle. Biddle looks to drive. He gives it to Bartlett. That's Grant Bartlett, or Grady Bartlett. Man, that's going to be hard all game. Grady Bartlett with the ball now. Hands over to Grant Bartlett. Grant with the ball. He nice spin move, goes around. He beat Wells off the ball, but he is fouled, however, on the block. He did get bodied, did Wells.
Yeah, Wells came down on top of him, and that is for Wells, his first personal foul. And this puts Grant Bartlett at the line. He has 1 basket in the game. This will be his first free throw attempt.
First one on the way, no good. So let me make sure I got this right. So, because I knew I was going to screw it up at some point. Grady Bartlett has 2 points in the first quarter. Grant Bartlett has 2 points in the first quarter, and that's it, right?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. Second one up and no good.
Tell you what, Saratoga has been awful from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've been really struggling, and they're usually, by at least stat sheet-wise, one of the better teams in the 1A division at the free throw line. Ball is in the hands of Clark. He gets it stripped, and it was Grady Bartlett who was all over him, got the ball taken away from Max Clark, but it goes out of bounds. No harm, no foul. Will stay with the Rams with 5:39 left in the first half. Ball comes into the hands of Clark, who then goes to Cody Wright. Wright has got Grant Bartlett right up in his face. Nice screen by Clark. Doesn't use it really well, does Wright. Pass out to Wells. Wells has got a foot on the line. Shot up, no good. He was too close. He needed to have stepped back a foot. Now he's going to try to steal it, and there's a foul on Wells. That's his second quickly, team's 9th. And it will send Grady Bartlett to the line for for the
1 in bonus.
One in the bonus. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, 5:17 to go, 22-9. Dubois has run all over Saratoga so far. Panthers haven't been able to figure out that defense of Dubois yet.
Timeout on the floor called by the Rams, so we're going to take it with them. It's a 30-second, 22-9. 22-9 with 5:17 left. We'll be right back.
Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 22-10 as Bartlett makes the first free throw. Shot up and no good on the second. Rebound, however, comes down to Bartlett. Three-pointer on the way, up and good by J.D. Biddle. That is his second three of the night, and it's 22-13 now.
We're at the 5-minute mark of the first half of play, and it's a 9-point lead for the Rams.
Cody Wright trying to find some kind of drive, and now there's a mismatch down in the low post between Clark and Bartlett. Wright with the ball now, almost lost it. Gets it down to Chamley. Chamley gets tripped. He gets the ball taken away from him by Grady Bartlett, and here comes the Panthers. Grady Bartlett with the ball at the top of the key. The uncanny resemblance between Grady and Grant is amazing.
Yeah, they're almost identical, including their hairstyles.
Yeah, that's going to make my life even more hard. Ball now in the hands of Grant Bartlett. Now to Grady. Grady looks to drive. He's got an open shot. Get in the hands of Fisher. Ball up and no good. And ball gets in the hands of, trying to see, that was that was Chamley, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Grady Bartlett picked up that personal foul. That's his first personal foul. And we'll have the ball in the backcourt, as that is only the fifth team foul against the Saratoga Panthers.
Wright will bring the ball across the timeline. Grant Bartlett gives him no space as he goes across the timeline. Now in the hands of Clark. Nice move. Just couldn't finish. Ball comes in the hands of Grady Bartlett. Grady's met by Rux and by Wright. And now it's going to be Bartlett and a deflection as they were trying to go low post. Now in the hands of Grady. Grady gets down into the low post. Now back up to Grant. Now to Grant again. Now to Grady. Grady's going to shoot a three. Up and no good. Rebound is out of bounds. It is going to go in the favor of the Rams with 3:34 left in this first half.
Yeah, Grant Bartlett got his hand on that as Dubois has been really tough on the boards, especially the defensive boards. You look at their stats, and they've been very good getting those caroms.
Clark with the ball. He's a danger to shoot a three-pointer. Now he's got it in the hands of Wells. Wells is also a dangerous three-point shooter. Not an advised pass, but somehow it gets into Wright's hands. It's up and good.
Well, I tell you what, that was a well-timed shot and a unfortunate foul for Saratoga. But the personal foul is going to be whistled against Grady Bartlett. The basket will count. And going to the free throw line here is Cody Wright.
Wright's first shot up and good, and he will complete the traditional three-point play. It makes it 25-13 with 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half. And again, remember, winner of this is the 1A West Regional Championship. Champion. Man, tongue-tied all the way around. Ball in the hands of Grant Bartlett now for the Panthers. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson, quick cross-court pass to Herring. Shot up and good. That is Herring's first points of the night. Makes it 25-15 with 2:50 left. Wells with the ball, and you can hear Coach Kyle Miller to my left saying, slow down. Chamley tries to drive, and there's going to be a foul on the ball. It's going to be on Heston Fisher. That is his first. Team 7th. That will send Chamley to the line for 1-1.
Chamley's first opportunity for a point here in the game. 10-point lead by Dubois. And the shot's good.
That shot was so high arcing, it hit everything it could and then went in. 2 quick dribbles by Chamley. He takes a spin up, shot up, and that one's no good. And they're going to call something.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I think someone was in the lane too soon, so they'll reshoot the free throw.
That is a call that I rarely ever see, and we've seen 2 of them already.
Yeah, Fisher was in the lane too soon for Saratoga.
So one more shot. This one's up. Good. So Fisher probably wishes he could have stayed out of the lane now. 27-15, 2:40 left in the first half. Grant Bartlett brings the ball across the timeline. He hands it off to Johnson. Johnson back to Bartlett. And he's got Wright all over him. Now he's got Wells all over him. He's still looking to drive. He just stops, pops, and shoots. No good. Rebound comes down to the Rams, and now to the hands of Wells. Wells looks to push. He's got 1-on-5, and he got it. He got the foul.
Yeah, another foul there on Kelton Johnson.
And that's his fourth, I think.
Second foul. And back at the free throw line, Ryan Wells. Wells right now in the game is 1, 2, 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Wells.
Now they're taking a long time to get this free throw.
Say, I'm sorry, I didn't know what to say. It was just everybody stood around for a moment. Wells took 2 dribbles. First one on the way. He's good. So that is now Wells is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 13 points for Wells going in right now. Second one on the way. Good. Make it 14. And now it is 29-15 with 2:15. And now the Rams are going to go full court press. This is something they do really well. They had 10, and a really good timeout call by Coach Jason Williams, or he was going to have a 10-second call. It is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to take it with them. We'll be right back on 101.7 KDNO. We're also streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. We'll be right back.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Shot up and good as we come back by Kelton Johnson. That is his first points of the night. Makes it a 29-17 ball game with 1:40 left in the first half. Shot up and good. That was by Cody Wright. He has got 5 points unofficially in the second quarter. 31-17 now with a minute and a half.
Yeah, 15 points total for Wright.
Ball in the hands of Grant Bartlett. Tried to give a go to Herring. He decides not to use it. He just rises up, shoots it, no good. Rebound comes down to the Rams, and now Wells will look to press.
Yeah, Dubois has absolutely been controlling the defensive boards.
That is what they do best, and that's what Coach Kyle Miller said that will lead them to a state championship. Wright's going to drive. Shot up, good. They are going to say it was on the floor. Okay, so they're going to
they're going to count the basket.
So that is going to be another 2 points for Wright, and so he's pretty much taken over in this second quarter. He's going to have one more shot for additional 3-point play.
Kelton Johnson picked up his third foul.
That shot was up and good by Wright. Kelton Johnson, like you said, third foul. That's the team's ninth. We are under a minute in the first half. Ball comes up the court to the Panthers, now in the hands of Johnson. Johnson looks to drive. He's cut off. Shot up, no good, but he's fouled.
Well, that was a wing and a prayer that time by Johnson. He moved into the paint, and he just heaved the ball up. And unfortunately, Clark was right in his way and hit him with the body, and that's the foul. So here's a free throw attempt by Kelton Johnson.
And it's up, and it is good. That is, let's see, that is, I want to make sure I say this right because there's two Johnsons. That is Johnson's second point, third point of the second quarter. And his second free throw is up and no good. Grant Bartlett with the ball. And he looks to get right off of him. He hands the ball over to Johnson. Now back to Bartlett. Now over to Buttle. 25 seconds and counting left in the second quarter in a 34-18 ball game. Grant Bartlett with the ball, looks to drive. He's stopped. And then a shot up and good by Kelton Johnson. So
that's a two.
So Kelton Johnson now having himself a productive quarter, and it is 34-20. Shot up, no good by Wells. Rebound comes down to Saratoga. They're going to take a shot. I don't think he got it off in time. It won't matter. It was off and no good. So at the half, it is 34-20 in favor of the Rams. We are going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have halftime analysis and stats. I'm Travis Gupton. He's Ernie Over. We'll be right back on 101.7 KD&O.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Let's go Rams! The Dubois Rams boys and girls basketball teams are headed for the playoffs, and Wyoming Community Bank of Dubois, Riverton, and Lander is leading the cheers. Go Rams! If you're looking for a residential mortgage or business loan in Dubois, contact Katie Becker at Wyoming Community Bank at 502 West Ramshorn. Katie knows the area and she knows lending. For a banking relationship that will stand the test of time, drop in and see Katie at Wyoming Community Bank in Dubois. Member FDIC. And once again, go Rams!
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
It may be winter, but some days it kind of feels like spring. Makes you want to go for a drive, kick a few tires, and see all the latest cars and trucks up at Frontline Motors. Frontline Motors has a wide selection of quality used vehicles, from cars to SUVs to trucks, and they're all priced to move. One of them is right for you. Is your next car or truck waiting at Frontline Motors? There's only one way to find out. Drive up Airport Road, take a test drive, and make it yours. Then join the hundreds of other folks who say, I got mine at Frontline. Frontline Motors.
Dubois Medical Clinic wants to wish the Dubois Rams the best of luck at the regionals. When it comes to healthcare, Dubois Medical Clinic is here for you. They provide services for all members of your family, and they offer a sliding fee scale for qualifying patients. Schedule your appointment today. For the first-rate medical care in close to home in Dubois, count on the Dubois Medical Clinic. For more information, see their website at chccw.org. You may schedule your appointment online. Go Rams!
Welcome back inside Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse on the campus of Lander Valley High School. I'm Travis Gupton, Sports Director at the WYO Today Media, and to my right, and again, an absolute privilege and honor to be able to have Ernie Over, the voice of the Lander Valley Tigers, and a all-around amazing human being and an all-around mentor to me, is sitting to my right. And partner, we have had a very eventful and a very fun, fast-paced first half.
Yeah, it's been a great first half, and Dubois has taken advantage of the fast break. They've been absolutely owning the defensive boards with, I think, a couple of exceptions, and their shooting percentage is much, much higher than that of Saratoga. And I tell you, the combination of Wells and Wright have all but, 3, 5, 6, 7 of the Dubois points. So, they are deadly from outside. And the man-for-man defense that Saratoga has been employing hasn't really been working for them, because Dubois has been able to move the ball around to get the open shot. And, we might see a defensive change here in the second quarter. But, yeah, Dubois running the ball very, very effectively. And, Travis, we want to take just a moment right here. We had this moment at the top of the broadcast, but we want to take just another second to say that the entire crowd here at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse, and it's a considerable crowd. It's a very good crowd today. You could have heard a pin drop. The Dubois girls basketball coach passed away this week, Joe Slavic, and he had been battling cancer for a long time. You had the opportunity to talk with him early in the season, and the disease got the most of him, and he passed away this past week. And it was a nice tribute to get that moment of silence for him at the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah, and I think I speak on behalf of all of us at YO today in sending our condolences to the family. Like you said, I got to speak to to the coach, and just an amazing man, very soft-spoken, very humble, and he will be dearly missed. And again, on behalf of all of us at YO today, we send our condolences out to the entire family and the school as well.
Now I'm wondering, Travis, if the last person who left Dubois turned the lights off. I think they're all here.
Yeah,
I think everyone from Dubois is here tonight.
I mean, honestly, they have been here for most of this tournament. And I hope we get at the end of this game to have a moment to speak with Coach Miller. He was saying at one point that as the season started to wind down, people started bringing food to games, and it's a community-driven team, and they'll be the first to tell you that. And it's going to be an exciting. They're going to go to state no matter what, so it's going to be. We may have a Dubois home game when we get to State and Casper. But real quick, let me go over some stats.
You betcha.
As we got 3 minutes left in the halftime, unofficially, and when I say unofficially, I mean really unofficially, I've got Ryan Wells with 14 points for Dubois. I've got Cody Wright with 15, Clark with 3, Chamley with 2, and that's all I have on the side of the Rams. On the side of the Panthers of Saratoga, I've got Grady Bartlett with 2, Kelton Johnson with 6, and let's see here. Herring has 2. I've got Grant Bartlett with 2, J.D. Buttle with 6, and then Heston Fisher with 2, and his 2 points came in the first half. Looking at some of the people who are in foul trouble, really the only ones that I know of that I can say for sure is Rux had 3 personal fouls quickly in the first half, and then over on the side of the Panthers, let's see, that is Jeffrey Johnson. I've got him with 3 as well, and so we're going to see how that plays out. Really, other than that, no one really in much foul trouble at all.
Yeah, Tina Baker, the athletic director of Dubois High School, is unwrapping something down there at the scorer's table. Oh, those are the medals. She's the person in charge of handing out those at the end of the game. And I was going to say, what in the world is that? They were the medals for the two teams. So.
And I also got to speak with Miss Baker, and again, a very lovely woman. And and I'm going to say this, and I think I can talk again for WYO today. We are just honored and privileged to be able to bring this 1A West tournament to you. And we're going to be following, as far as I know, the Rams all the way until the finishing of the season. So if you go win a state championship for the Rams, I'm in for a long couple of weeks.
Well, let's hope that you do that. And we've got just about 50 seconds left to go. You know, the Dubois defense has been excellent. They have not let the low post get in there and score. I think Saratoga only has 2 points from the low post in the entire first half of game, and they've been swiping the boards clean every time. And the Saratoga Panthers, their shooting has not been very good here in the first half. That Dubois offensive pressure on them has been making a difference, Travis.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you can see this, partner, but Cody Wright and Max Clark are the tallest players on the court right now. But I had the opportunity to see them up close. They're taller than they look. So anything that goes in the low post is not going to go there far unless they will it. So we are back at it in the third quarter, 7:55, and the ball with the Rams. Shot up and no good by Clark. Rebound comes down to Chamley, and the
ball is knocked out of bounds by Grady Bartlett. So Dubois controls.
Ball now in the hands of Cody Wright as we continue play. Wells cross-court pack to Russ, and then in the hands now of Clark, back in the hands of Wells. Ball starting moving around a little bit more for the Rams. Shot up and no good on a three-pointer by Clark, but Rux will come down with the offensive rebound. He gives it to Wells, and he puts Grady Bartlett on his knee. Shot up, no good, and there's going to be a tie-up.
Yeah, held ball there that time. That was a heck of a move by Wells, let me tell you what, and it just rolled off the lip of the rim. And the alternating possession goes to Saratoga. They've got the ball trailing by 14, 34-20.
Ball in the hands of Grant Bartlett. Now over to Grady. Down low to Fisher. Ball moving around even more fast now for the Panthers. Back in the hands of Bartlett. Now into the hands of, never mind, we're just going back and forth, playing pitch and catch. Back to Bartlett. If they start passing between each other, I don't know what I'm going to do. Bartlett gets the ball. He gives it up to Fisher. That shot is up and no good. Rebound comes down to the Rams.
Yeah, I was surprised Fisher didn't take that shot. He was open in the middle of the lane earlier, and he hesitated. This time he didn't hesitate, but it was way short.
Ball now in the hands of Chamley, and now for Cody Wright. Wright looks to drive. He almost traveled. Shot is up and good. I heard a smack, but I guess it wasn't anything important. That is Wright's first basket of the second half, 36-20, with 6:20 left in the third quarter. Grady Bartlett with the ball, hands over to Johnson, who gives it back to Bartlett, who gives it to Bartlett, who gives it to Fisher, and the ball keeps moving. Man alive, what a ball movement that is. Ball up, no good by Grant, and a rebound comes down to Fisher. Fisher goes back up, and he's fouled.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be Clark that picked up that personal foul. And isn't that 3 on Clark?
That is,
yeah, it is
indeed, yeah.
So he's coming out of the lineup for Dubois with 3 personal fouls. Well, we thought he was coming out. We have Hinkle about ready to come in for him.
First up and no good by Fisher. And now Jack Hinkle will enter the game for Clark. And Clark is one of the top scoring Rams. And so he's only got unofficially 3 points, and he scored in the first quarter. So he's going to be low scoring tonight. Second one on the way by Fisher, up and no good.
He's missed 6 consecutive free throws, Fisher has.
And remember, coming in, he's a 66% free throw shooter. Wright looks to drive. He hands it off to Wells. Wells tries to go around a screen by Wright, and ball gets taken away by, that is Grant Bartlett. Bartlett stops on a dime. That's impressive. Goes to Grady. Grady has Wright and Wells on him, trapping him a little bit. Ball moves back and forth. Now back in the hands of Bartlett. Bartlett shoots up and good. That is Bartlett's first points since the first quarter. and it's 36-22 now with 5:20 left in the third quarter. Hinkle with the ball, now hands it off, and it ends up in the hands of Wells. Now to Hinkle. Hinkle looks to drive down low to Wright. Wright's got two people on him. He's just too tall, up and good.
That was a great move on the assist that time by Hinkle.
Ball now in the hands of Fisher. Fisher to Bartlett. Bartlett thought about a three. Now he hands it over to Buttle. Buttle to Bartlett, now to Fisher. Back to Bartlett. And Bartlett now hands it over to Grady Bartlett. And back to Bartlett. That's going to be hard again. Looks to drive, now in the hands of Grady. Now goes down to Fisher, and Fisher's fouled.
Yeah, that was a reach in that time by Dubois trying to knock that pass away. And the player asked the official what the call was, and the official tells him. And that was number 12, Ryan Wells, who picks up the personal foul, and that's his third. So we've got Clark with 3 and now Wells with 3.
And the problem is with how much or not how little this Dubois Rams team goes, they're going to have to play both of them a lot more than probably Coach Miller wants. Ball comes back into play for Saratoga in the hands of Grady Bartlett with 4:30 left in the third. Back and forth from the Bartletts to the Bartlett. And now Wells just says, enough of this, I'm going to take it. He's going to go up, he's going to take it, and good.
Yeah, that was a nice steal all the way down the coast. He held up, he didn't want to do a junk.
Shot up and no good by, I believe that was Fisher. Rebound comes down to Chamley, now in the hands of Wright. He looks for Wells, nice behind the back move, and it gives him a little bit of separation with 4 minutes exactly in the third in a 40-22 ball game in favor of the Rams. Nice pass to Wells, cross court to Hinkle. Hinkle's going to take a three, no good.
Air ball.
Not really Jack Hinkle's game. He's more of a low post player. Shot now coming the other way comes from Grant Bartlett. His shot up and no good. Rebound comes back down to Bartlett, and it'll end up in, who was that? That was Buttle with the three-point shot up and no good. Rebound comes down to Jack Hinkle, and and finally he gives it up to Rux. Rux got fouled, and Rux is down.
Yeah, Russ got fouled on the steal attempt, and the foul is going to go against Grant Bartlett.
That's his first.
Russ coming out now with a little bit of a limp, and coming in to replace him. See, we've got 31.
Let's see, that is River Beasley. Yes.
Yeah, River Beasley.
And I was able to read Rux's lips. He was telling Coach Miller, I'm fine, just let me walk it off.
Yeah.
3:20 left, third quarter, 40-22. And this is an unusual lineup for the Rams, not usually having Hinkle and Beasley on the floor at the same time, at least through this tournament at least.
Well, they've got an 18-point lead right now, so they're getting extra players in the game.
Ball almost taken away. It ends up back in the hands of Wells. Wells looks to drive, and Grant Bartlett takes the ball away. It's 2-on-2. Now it's 4-on-2. Grant Bartlett gives it to Grady. Shot up and good.
Well, that was a nice work that time by the Saratoga Panthers as they used the pass to their advantage, 40-24.
We're going to take a quick commercial break as the timeout's on the floor. We will be right back on 101.7 KDNO.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back inside Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse on the campus of Lander Valley High School. I'm Travis Gupton, Sports Director at YO Today Media, alongside the voice of the Lander Valley Tigers and Lady Tigers, Ernie Over. And we have got 2:49 left in the third, 40-24 in favor of the Rams. And partner, after this game, we are not done.
No, we've got 2 more games to go. The Lander Valley Lady Tigers against Powell, and then the Tigers against Powell in the final regular season games for the Tigers. So Lander's girls on a 15-game win streak right now, and they are looking forward to the tournament in Powell this coming week. You guys in 2A will be at state, and we'll be at regionals.
And at some point, remind me what station that Lander Valley game is on. I'm too new. But right now, Wright is got a drives. He's up, no good. Offensive rebound comes. Basket was good, but they're going to say a foul was on the floor.
Yeah, that was on the floor first, and it's going against Grady Bartlett. And that Lander broadcast is on KFCW 93.1 on your radio dial, the Wind River Radio Network, and also YO Today on KFCW and YO Today YouTube.
Quickly, ball comes back in to Wright with 2:30 left in the third. Over to Beasley, over to Chamley. Chamley looks to drive. He's cut off, and there's a foul.
Yeah, that was a foul there. 12, Grant Bartlett got tied up there and drew the foul on the floor as Clara is coming back now with 2:25 to go.
They actually called that on Fisher.
Yeah, they sure did.
So that's his
second, yeah.
By the way, real quickly, the Lander Valley games will have video. I want to make sure that everybody is aware of that because we were not able to stream the regional games, but we will be able to stream the Lander Valley games, so be aware of that. Hinkle, nice cut, shot up, no good, and everybody goes down to the ground, and they're going to say it was a travel, but I don't know on who. There was two people with the ball.
Yeah, they're going to give the ball to Saratoga there. We had like a three-way tie-up, and the Dubois player had possession of the ball, and he skidded on the floor, and they called that a travel, which is the right call.
All right, so 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter, 40-24. It is Rams with the lead, and it is Grant Bartlett with the ball. He hands over to Kelton Johnson. Johnson is trapped, looks for help. He finally gets it from Jeffrey Johnson. Johnson gives it down to Herring, and it's stolen away, and Wright was trying to go for a long shot pass, but it was blocked. He does get it to Beasley, and it's up and good.
River Beasley gets the basket, and that time on the last trip down the floor, Grant Bartlett was yelling at his teammates. Now he just throws up a prayer. Had no chance of making it. A little bit of frustration on the Saratoga side, Travis.
Yeah, and this is what the Rams do in the second half. They make the teams frustrated. Their defense is just smothering. Nice give and go there by Clark, and they're going to call a kick ball. It will go against Saratoga.
Yeah, they whistled a foul on that one, and it's going to go against Grant Bartlett.
That's his second,
yep.
Team's fourth. Now, remember, last time these two teams played, Wright and Wells did not play. Beasley has the ball. He's trapped. He almost gets it, throws it away, ends up in the hands of Wright.
Whoa,
nice
what a
move.
drive.
They're going to say travel.
Well, that was kind of an NBA three-step there. You know, we haven't seen much of that today, and this time they didn't let it go. They called it a travel.
He had a clear basket had he not traveled there. Minute left in the third quarter in a 42-24 ball game. Drive it to the basket. Clark makes him stop, and Johnson just shoots over him, and he makes the basket. That's the first points of the third quarter for Johnson. 42-26 now. Three-pointer on the way by Wright. Up and no good. Clark with the rebound. Shot up. That's no good. Hinkle's going to come down to the ball, and everybody's going to roll around, and we got a foul. That was a hard rebound and a hard fight for the ball between the two.
Well, the officials are discussing it now, and the Dubois fans are up in arms, and of course the Dubois coach. We have a Saratoga fan right alongside of us calling for a technical foul. So let's see what's going to happen.
They're going to call a foul on Dubois.
Yeah, they're going to get a foul on Max Clar, and that'll be his fourth.
Which is interesting because Clar was not even near the play. and the official is talking to coach, and I don't know if that's correct because Clark wasn't even in the play.
No, well, Dubois fans not very happy with that. You can hear them in the backcourt. Now we have a 45 was on Hinkle. Yeah, you're right. So they take the foul away from Clark, so he has 3, and it was on 45. They a little dyslexic there, like we are sometimes.
And that's a big shout out to the assistant coach for Dubois for making sure that the official had that correction.
Right.
Because you do not want Clark to have his 4th.
No, and they're making the change at the official scorebook now. The foul was on 45, not 34. So they've made that change. And that's the first foul on Hinkle. And now Saratoga will have the ball right in front of their own bench. 30 seconds to go here in period 3.
42-26 in favor of the Rams. It is Bartlett with the ball. He hands off to Fisher. Back to Bartlett. Bartlett looking for something. He doesn't have it. He goes back to Johnson.
They're going for the last shot.
It looks like it, yes, sir. He's going to give it to Bartlett. Now to Johnson. Johnson.
Ooh.
Oh, nice move. 3-pointer on the way. That's no good. And foul on the play on the floor.
That's going to be against Bartlett. So now I think, or against Clark. No, 45. That's against Hinkle again.
And Hinkle's fine with it. He's clapping his hands.
Yeah, that's 2 against him. It keeps Clark from having foul trouble. 5.8 seconds to go, and Hinkle comes out to a big ovation by the Dubois faithful.
Bartlett with the ball, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound comes down, shot up, no good, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Almost made it, did right from the other end. All right, so we are 8 minutes away from the Dubois Rams taking a 1A West Regional Championship, 42-26. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter.
And Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Welcome back inside Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. Travis Gupton, Ernie over with you. And I'm going to say this one more time, and then I'm going to shut up, Ernie. It is an absolute privilege and an honor to be able to do play-by-play with just an amazing human being in Ernie over, and having the ability to do this with him. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, Travis, and you get to do the next game with me, so that's great. It's great to have you on the broadcast team here on the Wind River Radio Network, Wild Today Media, and we're going to have some fun. We've got some good state championship action coming up. Over in the 2A, it's Wind River and Shoshone for the title over there, so we've got a lot of county teams that are going to be in Casper.
And they just tipped off between Wind River and Shoshone. That game was supposed to tip off at 1. We're back to action, however, here with 7:44 left in the fourth quarter. 42-26 in favor of the Rams. Wright with the ball, hands off to Wells. Clark back in the game, as he was in the game in the third quarter. He's got the ball now. He hands off to Chamblee, who gives to Rux, who gives it to Wells. Wells trapped a little bit. He gives it to Rux to get out of it. Now he's trapped. Rux goes, and there's a foul, and they're going to call it on Kelton Johnson.
Yeah, he just knocked him to the ground unintentionally. But it was such a smart move there that there was no alternative, and he got run over.
And that's Kelton Johnson's 4th.
Yeah, and he stays in the game.
That is the team's 5th in the second half.
7:21 to go in the game. Dubois with a big lead, 42-26.
Ball outlet into the hands of Wells. Wells looks to drive. He hands off to Rux. Rux is going to drive. He hands it off to Wright. Wright had a hard time handling, but he gets it up and good. Wright had a hard time corralling that, but he finally did, and he gets it up and in. 7 minutes exactly left in the fourth, 44-26. The Rams and really the entire Dubois community wanted this one in the worst possible way in the 1A West Regional Championship. Drive up and no good by, they're going to call a block on, and it's going to be against probably Wright. Fisher was looking to drive, and it is on Wright, and they call a block on Wright. That is his second. They're saying it's his first, okay? Team's fifth. Shot up and good. Nice play, exactly. Clark has it, almost falls out of bounds. He gets it back to Wright. 6:40 left in a 44-26 ball game. Wells with the ball, hands off to Clark. Clark almost gave it to Chamley, but Chamley started cutting, so he held on to it. Wells now has it, looks to drive. He gives it up to Wright. Wright has his player off him and hands back to Wells. Wells for three, misses everything. Hands in the hands of no one. It goes out of bounds. Turnover in favor of the Panthers.
Well, it looked like a volleyball match down there, Travis, with the tips. We had 3 tips down there before it finally went off of Dubois.
Clark was trying to tip it to himself, but couldn't get it to go. Ball now in the hands of Bartlett. He hands it down to, I believe that's Fisher. Yes, it is. And he traveled.
Well, in that third period, Travis, Dubois outscored Saratoga in a very low-scoring quarter. It was only 8-6 in favor of Dubois in that quarter. And that Dubois has defense has been on the mark. And we have a timeout on the floor.
6:06 left in the ball game. The Dubois Rams lead 44-26, and the Dubois crowd knows that they are about 6 minutes away from a 1A West Regional Championship and a date at Casper for state. We'll be right back.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
6:06 left in this one, 44-26. Dubois leads over Saratoga. Nate Hinkle has come in for the Rams. It will be Rams basketball, and it will be in the hands of Wells as we resume play. Wells looks to drive. He's cut off, hands off to Rux. Quickly down low to Wright, and he's fouled on the floor. And we're going to see who that's on. Foul is on.
Yeah, 15. That's Jeff Johnson.
That's his 4th, and that is the team's 6th of the second half. It will stay with the Rams with 5:55 left in the fourth quarter.
You know, there's a big crowd here from Saratoga, and they've been completely silenced by this Dubois team.
As soon as you say that, a turnover, and it goes off the hands of Bartlett. Wright sprinted, and when I say sprinted, he flew down the court and knocked it out of bounds. However, it will stay with the Panthers with 5:49 in the fourth. Ball in the hands now of Bartlett. He's going to look to drive. He stops, pops, shot good.
That's only his 4th point of the game.
Makes it a 44-28 ball game with 5.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Wright with the ball now. It looks like the starters, all except Hinkle, is in. Rux with it and gives it over to Wells. Wells trying to shake and bake on Johnson. He gets it over to Wright. Wright back to Wells. Wells can shoot from anywhere. He gives it to Wright. He gives it to Nate Hinkle. Nate Hinkle's going to shoot a 3. Off and no good. Ball coming back the other way. Bartlett with it. He's going to stop. He gives it to his brother. He gives it then to Johnson. Johnson up, no good. Fisher up. That ball goes in.
Well, they were lucky they didn't get a 3-second call on that. They had the 4 players in the lane there for quite some time.
Timeout quickly on the floor by the Rams. We are going to find out it's a full timeout, so we're going to take it with them. 4:54 left in the ball game. 44-30 in favor of the Rams. We'll be right back.
Heinz General Store has been the grocery store of choice for the Fort Washakie area since 1945. For this week's special, see their website at heinzgeneralstore.net. And for convenient shopping this winter, click on Heinz Online, download the app, and shop in the comfort of home. Schedule a convenient pickup time, and the team at Heinz General Store will do the rest. Heinz General Store is a proud sponsor of Wyoming Indian basketball. Let's go, Chiefs!
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
4:54 left in the fourth quarter. Man, that's a tongue twister.
That's
44-30 in favor of the Rams. And I was telling you, partner, that this win, should it hold like this, is a big-time win for not only the Rams but also the community of Dubois.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, there's a ball knocked out of bounds on a nice defensive effort there by Kelton Johnson. So Saratoga gets the ball back. 14-point lead for Dubois, and Saratoga is not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, the way that this team shoots and Saratoga can shoot, this 14-point lead with 4.5 minutes, still not safe. Ball now in the hands of Bartlett. Speaking of a three-pointer, shot up, no good. That was a little bit too quick of a shot. Goes back in the hands of Grady. He hands it to Grant. Down low into Fisher. Over to Buttle, who gives it then to Johnson. Johnson looks to drive. He hands it, tries to get it down low. He can't do it, so it goes out into the hands of Grant Bartlett. He goes up, shot no good. Offensive rebound comes down to Grant Bartlett, and we will keep going with 4 minutes exactly. Shot up and good by Grady Bartlett. That is a three-point shot, I think it is.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And it is 44-33, and like we said, this game is still not over with 3:53. And just like that, a turnover.
Well, you know, sometimes teams go on streaks and have a good run, and then the other team has a good run, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Timeout by Saratoga. It's a full, an 11-point lead by Dubois. 3:51 to go in the game.
We will take it with it. When we come back, we will have more Dubois Rams basketball action on 101.7 KDNO.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
We are back with 3:38 left in the ball game. Down low pass for Saratoga in the hands of Johnson. Johnson goes up, shot good.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. He worked his way in And now Dubois feeling a little bit of heat. It's a 9-point game with 3.5 minutes to go. Saratoga on a run.
Ball in the hands of Wells. Really, if you're the Rams, you want it in the hands of Ryder and Clark. And as soon as I say it, ball in the hands of Wright, up and good.
That's his 8th point here in the second half. Has 22 points.
46-20-35 in favor of the Rams with 3 minutes left in the ball game. Defense comes out from the crowd from the Dubois side. Ball in the hands of Bartlett. He hands it over to Buttle. Buttle shoots a 3, up no good. Over and in the hands of Fisher, and they're going to say he traveled, and he did.
Yeah, it was interesting looking at the crowd. A lot of the Saratoga fans here are wearing cowboy hats, and on the other side, it's trucker hats. So, difference in the fan base.
Ball in the hands of Ruggs, back in the hands of Wright, and I don't expect them to be in any hurry right now. Well, never mind. They're going to go quick. Gives it over to, that's Chamley. Chamley gives it to Wright.
2.5 minutes to go.
Wright gives it to Rux, who gives it to Clark, who gives it to Wells. Again, not in really any hurry, but Wells says, never mind, I'm going to go all the way and score. 48-35 now with 2:15 left.
Yeah, Saratoga wants to bring the ball down, and first open person to shoot it. They need points. And there's a steal by Dubois.
Wright with the steal. He's going to get double teamed. If that is not the person you want to go to the free throw line if they have to go there. It is a foul on Saratoga. Fouls on number 2. That's Grady Bartlett. That is his 4th, and that is the team's 7th. So the next foul will.
Well, they're going to do one in bonus right now.
Yeah.
And in the game, I have Wright for 3 for 3 from the free throw line, right?
I have him 3 for 5.
3 for
6.
5. Okay.
Yep.
Well, he made it.
So 49-35 now with right at around 2 minutes left. And I'll tell you right now, Coach Kyle Miller is saying let that 2 minutes run. Second one on the way up, and that's good. 50-35 as we go under 2 minutes.
That could have been the dagger right there.
Bartlett hands over to Grady Bartlett. Almost got out of bounds. Now over to, let's see who that is. That's Johnson. Johnson hands it to Johnson.
Saratoga is taking way too much time to get a shot off.
And that's going to be a foul on either Rux or on Wright.
They it'll be on Rusk.
That's his 4th, team 6th.
They let 20 seconds off the clock before they got a shot away. Trailing by 15, they need to do it faster.
Shot up and no good by Johnson. Rebound comes down to Wright, and the Rams are going to take a slow approach with 90 seconds left in the ball game. And we are right at a minute 20 now with Wells with the ball. Hands over to Chamley.
Yeah, they're running kind of a modified weave here just to run time off the clock.
Ball in the hands of Clark, who gives it to Rux. Rux almost lost it. He had everybody on him. He hands it over to Chamley. Chamley was going to get it to Wright, but it was too high of a pass.
Yeah, he hit the backboard and bounced back.
Minute left in this one. Shot up and no good. And a foul, and it's going to go on
Fisher.
It's going to go against Fisher. That's his 3rd.
And we're under a minute to go now. Dubois will win the 1A West Championship here in Lander, and they'll be the number 1 seed from the West at the state basketball tournament at the Ford Wyoming Center in Casper starting next Thursday.
And as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, the brackets for state have not been released yet.
Yeah, they are. They're on the website. They just haven't been filled out yet.
Okay. So his shot up and no good by Wells. And ball almost went out of bounds. It was saved by Wells, and it gets to Wright up and good.
And that'll be an and 1, too.
And that will do it.
Yeah, 52-35, under a minute to go.
So I will say that as soon as probably this by Monday morning, we will have the brackets on wyotoday.com.
Yeah.
That way you can know who's going to be in, who Dubois is going to play. I do know that we are going to have that game, as far as I'm aware, on KDNO next Thursday or Friday, whenever they start playing.
It'll be the Thursday game. They'll play the number 4 team from the East in the first round. We're just not sure if it'll be at Casper College or the Ford Wyoming Center.
Wright misses his free throw, and it is under 45 seconds left, and that will be Bartlett with the ball. He'll hand over to Johnson. Johnson shoots a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Bartlett. Shot up, that one's good. That was Grady Bartlett, and that is his 5th point of the 4th quarter. It's 52-37, 27 seconds left, and Coach Miller is just saying, hold the ball, that's it.
Yeah, the Dubois fans starting their applause over there now. They're standing up and cheering.
And there's the big eruption as the crowd gets up to their feet, and Dubois is going to be the 1A West Regional Champions.
And good sportsmanship. The boys are shaking hands with each other before the clock runs out. There it is, and there goes the celebration.
And the emotion from literally everyone. Clar in tears, Coach Miller in tears. I see fans in tears. This was a big-time win for the Dubois Rams. They finally get the win that they were looking for against Saratoga. Again, last year, Saratoga beat them in this exact game, and then earlier this year, Saratoga beat them again, and so finally, Dubois gets the win. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have stats, and then I'm going to try to attempt to get Coach Miller and a couple of the players up here for a post-game interview.
Yeah, and they'll have the presentation of the awards, too.
Okay, thank you. And so we will take that commercial break. When we come back, we will have all that on the post-game show. We'll be right back.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Welcome back inside Bob Carey Memorial Gymnasium. Travis Gupton with Ryan Wells And Mr. Wells, you're a 1A regional champion, my friend. How does it feel?
Feels amazing. Speechless right now.
Man, I talked to Coach Miller yesterday, and he was saying that Saratoga, this was one that y'all wanted. You know, last year they beat you guys in this exact same game. You get runner-up, you still go to state. But then, again, earlier on in the season, they give you a defeat. How good is it to beat Saratoga?
Feels amazing right now, especially from getting beat last year. Really made us hungry. We worked on the offseason, and now we're here where we are now.
So now you're going to be the number 1 seed in state. You're going to go to Casper. We don't know who you're going to play yet, but how does it feel to go into state, not only for this team, but for the community as well?
It's feeling good. I mean, this community is amazing. They supported us through everything, so it just feels amazing to be able to perform for them.
Thank you, sir, and that medal looks good on you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to hand this over to Coach Miller now as we continue on, and we're in a tight quarters, my friend.
Yeah.
Coach Miller, we talked last night, and we said that, you know, if you can rebound and if you can keep people out of foul trouble and your big players play, you can beat anybody in the state.
Oh, yeah.
It showed right tonight. So tell me, going into this game, you said that you circled this one. You wanted Saratoga. Saratoga almost didn't make it, 36-35 against
Yeah, they had
Eden.
a close one.
So now you come in. How good is it to get the win over Saratoga, and how good is it to now go to state?
It feels awesome. Just having this crew since they were little. I'm just really happy for them, and just so they can experience this. Not many kids get to experience this, and that's why we coach. And it's just awesome to see that energy and see the energy of the community. And that's what kids dream for. I'm just glad we could do it.
Looking at the stat sheet, you know, you have your big three. Clark didn't really have a lot in the ways of scoring, but he played a lot of defensive plays. We were saying that anything that goes in the low post, Clark's going to have a say on. How big is he when he gets into the low post on the defensive side?
Max he was puking last night, so we had to change the game plan a little bit. So his job was to rebound and focus on that. If you get the little shots, but like when you're puking and you're dehydrated, we had to change the game plan a little bit. So it took him a while to adjust that he wasn't scoring that much. But after he understood the process and your role play, it takes 5, and they all have to do it together, and they figured it out.
Last question for you, Coach. We talked about this extensively a couple times, but I want to rehash it. The community base for this team is just amazing. I have never, me and Mr. Ernie over here was sitting and looking at the crowd. You brought all the Dubois with you in this game.
Yeah, pretty much it looks like. Heck yeah.
How big is it for the community to be behind this team? We talked in extension about, they're bringing them food and so on and so forth, and just having food all over the place. What is it like?
Just bringing the winning culture back. Like, that's extremely hard for these small towns. It's a roller coaster of talent and kids that come through. But if you stick to the basics of younger and move up, and it takes everybody to get the winning culture, I'm just glad everybody got experience in it, and hope we can keep seeing it in the future with everybody. These young kids, the whole elementary school's here. The other high school kids are here. You don't have to be mediocre, man. You can work hard and get to this point, but you got to start young, and it takes everybody. Or Coach Kyle does it all if you don't have everybody. So.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go enjoy this, and we'll see you at state next week.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Heck yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll see you next week. That was Coach Kyle Miller, the 1A West Regional Champion head coach of the Dubois Rams, and we're going to let Ernie put his headset back on. And Mr. Over, man, what a big-time win that was for the Rams.
Well, the interesting thing that the coach told us was that Clark was sick.
Yeah.
And dehydrated, and they told him, your job is to rebound. Oh, boy, did he rebound.
Yeah, he was all over the ball on the defensive side of the ball. He had offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, and I'll tell you right now, with that medal around his neck, and him knowing he's going to state, I bet you that stomach feels a lot better right now.
You can count on it. It is, a great victory for Dubois. And, of course, you mentioned something during the game that I wasn't aware of, and that was the fact that Wright and Wells did not play in that first game that they lost to Saratoga. What a difference it makes. Dubois comes up with the big win, 15 points, 52-37.
Yeah, and even in that game, it was only a 62-53 loss when Dubois lost. So I believe, I think it was Clark who had almost 30 points in that game, 35 points in the game in the loss. So like Coach Miller said, when his big three are on and they can defensively rebound and they can cause all kinds of mischief, this team can beat anybody in state. They've beaten everybody in the region, so now let's go see what they do in state.
Well, I'm just checking here the brackets to see where Dubois will play at state. And we have, let's see, this is the boys' championship. So the first game will be, let's see, number 2, number 3, number 1. They will play at 1:30 p.m. on March 3rd against the number 4 team from the East. So that will be at the Ford Wyoming Center. Dubois will play at 1:30. So mark your calendars. Get to Casper early at the Ford Wyoming Center, 1:30 on March 3rd, Thursday, March 3rd, and they will play the number 4 team from the east side of the state.
And I'll tell you right now, if the crowd that we saw here comes to Casper, the Ford Center is going to be rocking and rolling, my friend.
Yeah, well, it's, Saratoga brought a huge delegation of fans. They didn't have anything to cheer about.
No.
Dubois ran out on them. They wouldn't let them score hardly at all in the first quarter, and they just sat there. And, and on the other side of the stadium here at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse was packed with blue shirts and blue pom-poms and blue and gold. And the Dubois fans, congratulations for coming out and supporting the team the way they did.
So we are just about done here. We are actually 15 minutes away from Cokeville, and I'm trying to see who that is over there. I'm actually not able to see who that is.
Oh, that's Burlington, I think.
Okay, so that's Burlington and Cokeville.
Yeah.
That's going to be the 1A West Regional Championship for the girls. And then after that game, we're going to be back at it, except it's going to be on, what is it again, Ernie, for the Lander Valley game?
93-1 KFCW.
And so that'll be with me and you, and we're going to cover the Lander Valley Lady Tigers.
And Powell.
And Powell. And that's going to be tipping off roughly at 3:15 this afternoon. But for right now, we're going to say so long, and when we come back, it's going to be on a completely different radio station, but we will be streaming again on YO Today and on YouTube and on Facebook. So for Travis Gupton, he's Ernie Over, and we will see you at 3:15 for Lander Valley and Powell.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times. A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.